Smoking on top 5.
You see how much that that thorn head thing was for Kendrick?
20,000
Fuck out
freaking
of here.
dollars,
No,
bro.
200.
Bro.
No, 200. And not only was it 200, it was made by like the finest, like best, oldest, like diamond company in the world, Tiffany and Co. So like, what are you taking off?
Take it off. Right?
I'm so disappointed in Kendrick. I don't know.
I still love the album.
I expect like Kanye to or something stupid to do, like. But Kendrick,
Do
you're
some
the one supposed to
overblown
be.
shit.
He's supposed to be at home, like doing nothing, and then like we just see him.
He's like, smoking on top 5. Take off a poo poo. And tell me, what do you have?
He was my top 5, but after that stunt Rashad, I don't know anymore. I can't put him in my top 5 after that one.
Well, this girl has kissed me through the phone. Bruh.
Like I remember when he did Damn, and like you couldn't get not one word out of him for like 2 years straight, 4 years, like it was like 3 years straight. They were like, "How do you feel about Damn?" And like he would just keep driving. And they were like, "Is that him in the tinted windows?" And then they would finally run up to it, and then he would just not roll the window down.
Controversial opinion. Damn. Is it my favorite album? It's my least favorite Kendrick album.
That's your opinion. I'm talking about just how the facts of the matter and how everything went, And
Exactly, it's just my opinion.
Well, tell me important opinions. I only care about extremely important opinions.
Like anything Trump says.
What's the last extremely important thing Trump said?
And they stole the election January 5th.
Okay, exactly. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's January 6th.
Is when he's
like 32 minutes before the quote unquote insurrection, which I'm pretty sure 99% of the world didn't even know was a word till like Nancy Pelosi said it.
I remember when I was sending the fucking videos to our chat as it was happening.
I remember literally changing TVs at my work on CNN to make sure everyone at my work saw it. Like, saw people climbing shit. Like, I was like, some of us, I was like, do you understand this is going to change history, right? Like, I was like, this is not just normal. They were watching that. My boss was like, he was just like, I don't even think he said anything to me. I don't think he was paying attention. Because he had, like, other things in his life to worry about. His kids. He had, like, newborns at the time. I love the worst direction of all time. I always think of, like, let's think of Simpsons guy. Worst insurrection of all time.
Worst insurrection ever.
Like, if they would have tried that in, like, 1782 when there was only, like, 1,000 people in America, or whatever the fuck this stupid shit was, like, then I'd be like, damn, this is crazy. And it was like, eh.
I mean, it's still kind of crazy.
It is. Well, it's not. It's not really when you think about it. It's like the like there were certain like police like there weren't enough police there to begin with. So it's like that right there alone is like, okay, well, it's like if we would just had the normal amount of people there for the amount of people. There's like certain regulations, or not regular, but like per a certain amount of people, there's like a thing, like a rule. You should just have like there's this many amount of people. Law enforcement for blah 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 X, Y, and Z. I'm pretty sure when I was like they didn't follow that like at all. So I guess they planned that shit, bro. They were actually trying to take over. But it's like, what happens when you call the people who are supposed to defend? Like, you think they're gonna stop those people? It made no. It was just no sense. They should have nipped it in the bud when the first person was climbing the fucking gates. For some reason, it took way, way extra longer. Why did it take so long?
White privilege.
No, but I'm saying, but I feel well. That's fair. But I'm saying majority though at the time was like when we watched those like hearing things after those like those little speeches, everyone like on the survey were like, well, they were just X, Y, and Z. Why this, that, that? You know, see what he calls and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, but like, you just had just as much power to call like police. Like, I still, I don't like. I just don't get it. The rally wasn't a surprise, you know what I mean? Like they knew that people were going to show up for this rally. Like that. It wasn't a surprise rally. People drove from like Florida, Michigan, California, like everywhere. Every single state you could probably find people drove from a certain state, almost every 50 states, to that Washington D.C. rally. So it's like if you see all these people, it's like as the government, you have every resource to know that that's happening. I didn't know that. I didn't know that many people were. I mean, well, if you didn't pay attention, I didn't. I didn't. How many people knew that that was even a thing? I didn't know that. I didn't even know there was a rally. I used my alt, by the way. How did that not count?
Right,
I hit it on the ground. I hit. Did you get my alt?
No, I didn't. I think some people did actually.
Like I know for a fact I hit the ground. I saw it. I saw the green. I'm so confused as how I died right after. I literally died. I used my alt and then died. I don't know. I'm so confused with what just happened. Like what? We can replay that shit. I hit the ground by like 2 seconds. Anyway.
Yeah, your ult just didn't count for you, but it counted for people, other people.
I don't know. It didn't count for you either. Were you next to me? I don't even know were you there. If it didn't count for you, it probably didn't count for anybody.
I was even.
So why the fuck do I still have gold? Is silver less than 2,000? Rashad. Hello?
Silver is 2,600.
Thank you. That's all I want to know. Now, how much money will it take for you to get off healer?
That's the healer.
I'm not wealthy, but I have enough money to where I feel like I can get you off healer if I give you the right price right now. I feel like you. I feel like if I tell you a right number, would you get off healer?
No, because I'm also out here DPSing.
Well, I feel like if I tell you right now, I'll give you $5 whole to get off of healing. I feel like you won't do it. If I cash out you $5 whole, you won't do it.
No.
I mean, I'm dead ass serious. I'll literally give you my. I'm not kidding. MLB's so weird. You know, in the Major League Baseball, you can draft somebody who's still in high school and not actually play him like 3 years later, 4 years later. It's really weird. So like, I can draft a #1 pick right now, but he's still in high school and you can't actually play him. But I already drafted a #1 pick. He's in high school. Isn't that not weird? It's like the man can't even decide if he wants to fucking finish wiping his butthole, and then we're over here deciding he's gonna be a #1 draft pick in fucking Major League Baseball. It makes no sense. Even in football, you can't do that. And that's like the #1 sport in America.
Imagine someone going from high school to fucking what's it called, like professional in football. Has that ever happened?
Yes. Oh no, football? You talking about football alone?
Yeah, football.
I mean, I don't know, but LeBron had a lot of D1 offers. And he's not the only... Well, actually, it might have. Because Bo Jackson actually was an all-star in both sports. Football and baseball. Like, he was that good. I think to this day, he's the only one ever.
Bo who?
Bo Jackson? You never heard of Bo Jackson? He's in like Migo raps. He's like a big figure in the rap community because he's so easy to like rap about.
He went from
Bo.
baseball to football. That's crazy.
Yeah, and he was an all-star in both. Not only did he just
But
do both, he
I'm
was
guessing
like
he started
excelled in
in
both.
football.
Yeah, I believe so. Yes.
Cause ain't no way someone who's fucking playing baseball is going
Yes, I
straight
believe
to.
so. That's why, if you know, like Michael Jordan tried baseball when he retired, quote unquote retired for 2 years.
There ain't
He
no
tried
way.
out with the White Sox, and they actually signed him. The White Sox signed him to the team, and he played for the White Sox, but he wasn't that good. But he did that because Bo Jackson and people like
People
they
praise
kind of
them
paved the way. But Bo Jackson was literally an all-star. He's like he's phenomenal.
in both sports.
Yeah, yeah, all-star in both sports. Yeah,
It's
like
easier
Bo
for
did.
a football player to transition to baseball than it is for a baseball player to transition to football, unless they want to play something like quarterback or
Is that
like quarter.
true? Is that true though?
I feel like that's the case.
Like if you look at the actual people who've done it, is that true?
I don't know.
I only ask because I feel like basketball is more applicable for most people who try
No,
it
I'm
than
talking
it
about
is for football people.
football and baseball.
I just feel like football's very like specific, and I feel like every time I watch like a really big athlete, they're always talking about how like they had a football scholarship, but they chose a different sport. I feel like that's a common thing. Like LeBron had multiple offers, I'm sure Bo Jackson had a lot of offers for most. I'm sure, I don't know. I don't know. Like LeBron knew he could have been big in both. He talks about this, but he chose baseball or basketball because it was
But do you really see somebody transitioning from
yes.
baseball to football?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Well, I
Like
mean,
are there any jacked
yeah.
baseball players like?
Rashad, you're not like just because Bo went from like football to baseball doesn't mean he went from baseball back to football. Like he went from like you can do it. Like it's not impossible. I don't understand what you're saying. I don't understand what you're asking. Like he did it. I mean, he did it. Bo Jackson's he literally did it. Like he proved you can be big in one way and utilize your bigness and strength and your body stuff or whatever, and then go to a whole different sport and utilize that a whole. No, let me get this off. Yes.
Nice, good shit.
I was able to back off of that one bomb. I love how short Lucio is. I love these type of games because I can just literally ride around the point, untouched. Except right there. That shit's strong as fuck. This is all part of Russia's plan. Oh no, 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 no. Don't touch me.
Triple with the bomb. Quadruple with the bomb.
Yeah, it was just, that last one was my fault. It wasn't really hers. But if I decide to... Oh, push! We won. If I decide to push, we literally won. It's just sometimes I don't know if I have it in me. I've had to like Google like there have been like 2 or 3 times in God of War to where I've actually had to Google it really quick to make sure I'm doing things right, and that alone pisses me off. Like if I have to Google to make sure I'm like doing the game right, that kind of irritates the fuck out of me. Because like you can if you don't know if you've never like I've never really played God of War except maybe once or twice. So like I don't understand certain things and how the game goes and about him and stuff like so if I don't I had to Google something and then they were like no you have to do this and I was like really and like it was like you had to go back and then like you had to like talk to this person or something it was I'm like really bro But then there's like armor you gotta throw, like you gotta dodge certain people. I'm like this, and I'm playing on normal, bro. Like I'm not normal. I'm not made for the normal. If this is what normal, like have you ever played a whole God of War?
No, actually, surprisingly,
Really?
I played a bunch of 1, 2, and 3, but I've never beat them.
That actually does really surprise me.
Because
That actually does really surprise me.
I never
That
owned them,
you,
I borrowed
like,
them.
I believe you've played a bunch of God of Wars, but to believe that you've never actually like played a whole, you've never played like a whole God of War and like beat it.
No.
Really? That actually does kind of shock me. That actually does kind of shock me.
Well, have you
And
ever
not
beat
even
a
this
whole
new
Assassin's
one,
Creed?
because this new ones I know is different. But like the ones on PS2, like you've never played, you never beat like not one of them on PS2. Like two, you never played like two or like.
Because I just kept you alive.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad you did. That's why I could have been spawned already coming back. Use them bitches ultra defensively. Ultra. Ooh, also, now that I can talk to somebody and vent and tell somebody these things, guess what I did today? I'll tell you anyway. Guess what?
What was it?
I caught my second strongest Pokemon today. Like off rip second strongest, like inherently strong. And it was in Flat Rock out of all places. I'm like hillbilly Flat Rock. I'm like, did I just catch this?
What was it?
It wasn't anything special. I'm kind of actually irritated about it because in Pokemon Go, and I don't know if I'm saying this name right, but Slacking, is that how you say it? It's the guy who lays down. It's like that bear thing who like lays down. Yeah, it's like slacking or It's SLA King. SLA King. I don't know how to say the first part, but it's SLA King.
What gen? Does he say what gen it's from?
It's an extra. I've seen him before. You know what I'm. How do you not know what I'm talking? Like this is a very popular picture. If you saw his face or his like body, you would know. He literally only lays down and he doesn't have an attack. No, it looks like more of like a bear mixed with something laying down.
I'm thinking of Slow King. Or Slow Bro.
I don't think it is. Is it Slow King?
I think so.
Did it take you 3 minutes to put Slacking and Slow King together? I'm so confused right now. I don't know. I have to look it up. I have to open Pokemon Go, but I can't. It's contested. 1 second. No. No. Cheesy double beef burrito.
Hell yeah.
You ever have an enchilada from Taco Bell? They don't make them anymore. The enchiladas used to slap. It is Slacking. I was right.
So
you know how crazy you made me feel for a second?
So I just gaslighted you. Just gaslit the shit out of you. Into making you feel like you're crazy. Can you imagine gaslighting someone
I mean, I'm not
thinking,
shaking, you know.
Can you imagine gaslighting someone into thinking that they're crazy?
I was really hoping that you were serious and I was trying to hold it in. But like I have like 8 Slackings by now, and I was trying to really hope you were dead ass serious because I was like really hoping. But now that you just said the word but now you said gaslighting, I know you already know, and now I'm kind of angry again. Now I am gaslighted.
Has anybody ever gaslit you?
Why'd you say that like that? Like you're excited to know.
I'm just curious.
Like I can literally see your face. Like I know. Like I can see you ever been gaslighted before.
I'm cheesing.
That's literally how you said it. You're like, you ever been gaslighted before? I don't know where shot of you.
Yes.
Yes. What do you guys?
My mothership.
The problem is you weren't born a Catholic man and told a bunch of bullshit. You were just born and you're still gaslighted. Like I have reasons. What the hell were you gaslighted on? Like
Being
what gaslighted you? I can tell you boom 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 gaslight. But like you, what were you gaslighted on?
bro.
Muhammad, I guess that's the only thing. I mean, I don't understand what else could be gaslighted. I mean, like him and his underage woman. I don't know.
Jason's haram. You can't say that.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. Whatever else you can be gaslighted on, then. I didn't mean that part. Whatever else you can be gaslighted on.
Fucking Chinese woman came in.
Chinese woman came in, and I feel like Daniel these days can for sure gaslight if he says the right things in the chat.
This Chinese woman came into my work, ordering like lottery tickets and shit, and she was like, ooh, Rashad. It was like, looks like we might be the lucky one or some shit, you know. I was like, bruh. She winked at me.
I love that. I love that.
She winked at me, old ass Asian woman.
It just reminds me of like Jason Oliveira, and I just love that.
Which way? Listen, man, she winked at me, bro. She better stop playing.
I meant as in the fact that like the girl you're talking to looks just like your sister, just like who Jason's marrying.
Jesus, what? What are you saying? I didn't even know what you're saying. I bet you're excited for that wedding, huh?
Have you ever seen his girlfriend? Have you ever seen his fiance?
Yes.
Looks just like his sister.
Looks just like she can be.
Like it looks like they can be brother and sister, and I've said this to a couple people who've seen them to make sure I know I wasn't lying. So I'm not asking really for your like opinion. I know for a fact that they look like brother and sister, and that shit cracks me up. And I hope they, I love Jason. I hope one time, me and Jason went to catechism together at one point. That's like Catholic school. And like I remember he used to walk home all the time from catechism, and like my mom one time saw him walking, and she was like, "Isn't that the kid who lives on your block, whatever?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah." Like I couldn't lie. I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Why don't we give him a ride home?" I was like, and I couldn't be mean. If I would have said no, my mom would have literally beat me right there. And I love Jason. I just don't really.
Fucks with him.
No, I do. I love Jason. I will always fuck with him. I would never deny Jason in front of anybody. I love Jason. That's not like I've never ever not like I love Jason. I love him.
Remember when he used to like just him and Malik would like talk about certain shit.
Him and Jason, like yes, Jason and Malik.
They've talked a couple times like in class, but like
I believe it.
Like,
oh yeah, because
it was like
Malik's
debating. They were just like debating.
I believe it. That's how Malik is. I believe it for sure, 100%.
Talking about
yeah, for sure.
Legal and shit.
Yeah, no, I believe it for sure. But like, I just remember my mom being like, "Well, does he need a ride home?" Because he was like walking from catechism. I'm like, it's not a far walk. It was St. Sebastian. It was St. Albert, so it's like right next to the party of that church. And like, you know where Jason lives, so it wasn't far. It wasn't like far, but she was like, "Does he need a ride?" And if I would have said no, like, she knew, like, my mom was trying to set me up.
She would have gaslit you into oblivion.
Yeah, she was trying to set my ass up, and I was like, I know he lives there. I was like, I'm not gonna say no because then I'm an asshole. I'm not gonna do that. So I was like, yeah, no, pick him up. I was like, yeah, of course. Jason knows because Jason knew me, obviously. So I was like, yeah, come on, get a ride. So my mom stopped literally like side of Annapolis, like just stopped. She's like, get in, blah, blah, blah. And he didn't know who my mom was. So he literally, I remember his face. He's like, who the fuck are you? And then I had to like pull my head out of the window. I was like, it's me. I was like, come on, get in the car. He was like,
he's getting married before both of us.
That's really more on my, again, okay. Is that how you look at it?
I'm just kidding.
Is that really how I look at it?
I mean, it's not even. Is that necessarily a good thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that necessarily a good thing?
The way you the way you just said that, and then that, I feel like you should be worried because now your karma is going to actually hurt you. I might
Okay,
talk
Jason.
shit about Jason jokingly. I've never. I mean, I might say they look like brother and sister, but every time I say it, I say I hope for the best for both of them. Every time I
Same.
say it, I've never. You didn't just now though. What do you mean same?
What do you mean? All I said was is
I have
marriage.
actual facts to back it up because I said it like 4 times just now. You, on the other hand, were just like,
All I said was
you're like,
is
oh,
marriage necessarily a good thing? That's all I said.
no, yeah, but yeah, really conveniently, right after we just said all that we said, and then out of nowhere, you're just like, is that a good thing, really? Said all those jokes, and now all of a sudden, right after that, then you say it. You're saying it as a joke.
How's Sebastian living?
You were saying it as a joke. Listen, man. Fuck them all. I just love when Jason responds to Daniel, like at 7 a.m. in the chat, and then I finally get to open it, I'm like, holy, I'm like, what? Daniel will say like 8 things, and then Jason will say like a 2-word thing. He's like, well, the zoning in 1988 was extremely racist. And then Daniel's like, blah 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 blah, and he's like, yeah, but racism. And then Daniel's like, blah 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 blah. Okay, how did it really? Look at that. Look at that. Soldier Lucio dead. You went diva. You left me. You left me as healer. You completely deserted me and let me deal with the mercy. If I would have known, I didn't look. If I would have known you would have went mercy or you would have got off it, I would have also got off it. I didn't realize you just deserted me like that. And I really wish I would have been paying attention because now we're in overtime and I have to try to play with the mercy as your diva. Oh. This is kind of why I deleted it. Rashad, I love you. But next time you go tank, I'm going tank. Anything you are, I'm gonna go from now on. Me and you are symbiotico from now on. So, you decide. You go tank, I go tank. You go DPS, I go DPS. I want to be like you. Except right here, because I'm going.
Nice.
I know. Someone at work said something nice to me the other day. It was an old ass lady, and I was like, I know. And everybody heard it, and they were just like, and I was like, what? I was like, what? That's true. I was like, what? I was like, no. It was so funny, Rashad. I wish you were there. You would have been. You would have loved it. You would have loved it. You would have loved how awesome I am. It was perfect. Like enough to where everyone could, like, they were just like, no, you're not. No. I'm like, yeah. Bro, I got off for .1. Am I the only one here to do everything?
I really got a triple.
My objective time is like almost 8 minutes. That's gold by like 16 minutes. I bet you silver's -3. Like, I'm willing to bet that everyone else was constantly off point. Oh my god, in competitive, you have to... the point is the biggest thing. Like, you make sure your point is your love. 4 people died, where were the other 2? Look at me, 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 right now. Matter of fact, I'm deleting it. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. I'm not doing it anymore. I constantly do amazingly just to watch 5 other members switch off DPS, they switch off healer, they switch off air tank. It's like they just try to do something different, and it makes it worse. It's everybody. They were. Like, who knows? They probably would have been at least 10% better.
Alright, well, stream. I guess it's enough Overwatch for tonight.
Yeah,